Hello, stalkers. Last night, Stalcraft servers went down and Expo dropped an update to address a little problem that came along with all of the new season changes. If you are one of the few that don't know what problem I'm talking about, let me summarize for you. This new season introduced quite a few changes to the game, one of which was meant to address the extremely monotonous season pass grind that meant spending countless hours mindlessly clearing NPC camps in Forge 11. I think most people who engage with this activity would agree with me that this was a slog and it needed to be changed. And I think Expo agreed with this as well. So, come July 4th, the new act and season update has arrived, and we all eagerly read the major update patch notes to find that change has come. And the season pass progress has been rebooted. Nice. Except, no, it wasn't very nice at all. It was a bloody massacre. Gone were the glorious sealed season points. Gone were the season points for completing session battles. Gone were the points for completing world events. Gone were the weekly tasks. The entire possibility of grinding the season pass was just completely removed overnight. To offset this, the new way to obtain season points was entirely focused into daily tasks and exploration bonuses. At first, the updated UI that came with this change seemed quite promising, offering players a way to choose which category of tasks to grind, and they were repeatable. On top of this, a new season point booster item was added to the game called Overdrives. This gave players a double point bonus for completing each task for the first time each day. I might be alone here, but at first glance, this redesign didn't seem all that bad. The amount of points earned by completing the daily tasks and completing the double point bonus was a bit more than what we previously got from completing daily tasks, and it could all be completed easily within the first hour of logging in. But after that first hour, it became blatantly clear that the reboot had a serious problem. Every time a task was repeated, the reward was lowered, and the time to complete each task progressively got longer. By the time you would complete the same task 3 times, you were earning a fraction of the reward, and the time it took to complete the task grew exponentially. To sum it all up, what was a monotonous, boring, but effective chore to grind season pass levels in Forge 11 was now nothing more than an expanded daily login bonus. I am of course skipping over some of the smaller details of this change, but now you are caught up with what you need to know and why this change was received so poorly over the past couple of days. Now, on to how this was addressed with last night's update. So, here's the patch notes from last night's update, and I'm just going to go through all the changes in detail for those that have not yet seen the patch notes. First up, we've got changes in the season pass points gain. We heard that many people miss weekly tasks, so we decided to remove the rewards for closing categories by adding points for weekly activities. This will help players who can't play every day not be as far behind those who play daily. For 15 tasks, you now get 3,500 points. For 45 tasks, you get 5,000 points. For 100 tasks, you get 12,000 points. This is a big increase from what we had before this update. What it used to be was 1,000 for doing the first 3 category completions. And then after 9 completions, you would get 2,000 points. And then after 15 completions, you would get 2 of the seasonal crates. So this is a massive increase from what we had. I would say this is overall a really good change. Now you're looking at a total of 20,000 season points, which equals out to be 20 levels on your season pass. And in addition to that, they're also throwing in a bunch of bills, which did not exist before. So you're still getting your 2 crates, you're getting 20 levels for completing 100 tasks total over the week, and you're getting 3,000 bills for standard accounts, and then an additional 3,500 for premium accounts. Okay, furthermore, reward is now given for any daily tasks. It will be the same whether you are doing the task for the first time or repeatedly. Remove the gradual increase in difficulty of tasks after they are completed, and the outline around icons for season pass activities have been fixed to improve clarity. The first 2 points, what these are discussing, is if we look at the categories in your season tasks, basically every time you complete these, the progress here should not change. So clearing out an enemy outpost as an example, it should always be required to do it 4 times, and this will not increase in difficulty, meaning you will always only have to clear it 4 times to complete it, and every time you complete this, it should count as 1 task towards your weekly bonus. Premium reward has been redesigned. It now gives you extra points for completing the weekly scale, which will help you progress the season pass faster. Exploration bonus has been moved to make it easier and clearer to display. It was also done since not all players liked getting the reward in every quest. Too many clicks and interactions with the interface. Now all the rewards accumulate in one place, and by clicking once, you can pick it all up whenever you want. So instead of a reward being tied to each of these tasks within the categories, we are now getting a reward just for doing any number of tasks down here on this bottom bar. So apart from the interface, the exploration bonus has been adjusted as follows. First 7 tasks will give you 500 points each. The next 8 tasks, 250 points each. The next 30 tasks after that, 75 points each. And then everything after that point, you're getting 25 points every time you complete a task. So the amount of points that you are earning with each task that you are completing and repeating, it is still going down a considerable amount, but I do think that this is an overall good change to the way that it was working before. And on top of this, with the overdrives, you are now getting a larger bonus for the first 15 tasks that you complete within the day. Here we have some bug fixes. Fix bugs with counting the completion of some activities. Events located in the south of the zone are now counted in the clearing out enemy outpost task. Fights on Ghost 17 are now counted in the completion of battle tasks of the sessional battles category. Damage to structures is now counted in the dealing damage to opponents task of the subdivision battles category. And finally, the anomalous rift event now counts as a weekly task. We've also added information about which locations you can find quests at to make it easier and more convenient to navigate. On to some compensations. Players who did not complete the full weekly bonus for closing categories will be compensated. Their progress will be transferred to the new weekly task system. Compensation for each closed category not rewarded will be equal to 3 weekly tasks completed. The compensation will be displayed in the weekly bonus section, indicating how many tasks are already considered completed. For me, I did not get any compensation due to the fact that I've already completed the category tasks before this update, so everything has already been accounted for. I have heard that for some people, they are not getting the correct compensation for their partial category completions. If you are finding that you are also not getting the correct compensations for this, please let me know down in the comments. Changing the overdrive mechanics. Overdrive gives a bonus for the first 15 completed tasks in a day, even if they are repetitive. In other words, it can be activated again after every 15 completions, even if it's the same task. Overdrive bonus can be earned any time of the day, not only at the time of completing a task. If overdrive is already activated, the bonus will still be received automatically. Now, for convenience and understanding, the specific number of season points that overdrive gives is listed specifically 250 points. So this means it's no longer providing a double XP amount. Now it's just providing a flat 250 point bonus to the first 15 tasks that you complete in a day. Other changes and fixes. The Chicken God artifact now correctly gives a separate buff for each reaction rather than upgrading the same one. Fix failure to be able to select categories. Fix the sights on the QBZ191 and FN F2000 tactical. Reduce the selling price of some items obtained from the opening of the special case. Reduce the volume of loudspeakers in safe zones. So, to wrap things up, I think overall, these are really good changes. By no means am I going to claim that this is perfect and it doesn't require any more tuning going forward, but it is a drastic change from what we had yesterday, and I think it's going to feel like a massive improvement for most players. Prior to this change, people were maybe earning 8 to 10 levels on average a day going through your daily bonuses. And then completing the weekly, you were getting a total of 3,000 points, which equated to 3 more levels, which was basically nothing in the grand scheme of things. So looking at the current daily task progress and the amount of season points that you're going to earn per day on average, the per day amount isn't really going to change. You're still looking at 7.5 to 10 levels, depending on how much you want to grind post your initial 45 tasks that you do for your day. On top of that, the overdrive bonus being 250 extra points for the first 15 tasks that you complete in the day. You're looking at about 11.5, 12 levels per day on average. It's not that big of an increase. The real meat and potatoes is going to come from the weekly bonus, which has seen a substantial increase. So overall, I think this is a step in the right direction. It's a lot better than what we had yesterday. And I hope that for the meantime, this makes people a little bit more happy. That's it for this update. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing. If I missed anything in the updates, or if you disagree with anything that I've said, if you've had any problems with the current update, leave a comment below. Let me know. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you guys. Or feel free to join me over on Twitch, where I stream almost daily. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching the video, and see you in the zone.